Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel where we talk all things finance and investing. Today's video, I got a real simple one for you. I want to give you some inspiration on how much you need to put away every month and for how long in order to become a millionaire. If you've clicked on this video, you must have some interest. You must be trying to hit your goals, and a millionaire status is something so many people achieve to do. So let's get right into it. Very simple. How many years it's going to take you depending on how much you're putting away every month to hit $1 million, pounds, whatever it is that you're aiming for. Let's get into it. Okay, so in order to do this, I've gone to my favorite investment calculator, nerdwallet.com. They've got an investment calculator there that I think is great and you should start using it. I'll put a link in the description so you can just click on there and go to it. It's so visual and so easy to use. So I'm going to put that up on the screen and then we can go through it bit by bit. All right, so here we have the calculator up, nerdwallet.com, like I said, the investment calculator, and it's so straightforward. You just put in the investment details on the left-hand side. I've started off with $1, so I'm doing this as if you were starting from zero, but you need to have an entry in there that's more than zero, so we've gone with one. And for this first one, we're going to go with 10 years and estimated rate of return of 10%. Now I've taken the S&P 500's long-term average return of 10% a year. The last 5 years or so, it's been more than that, up at around 15%. I don't know what the next 10 years are going to look like. Nobody really does in terms of return. So I thought we'll just go with the long-term average to put it in perspective. It may not be as good as that. It may be better like we've seen the last 5 years. We just don't really know. So let's go with 10% a year. The compound frequency, I've just selected annually just to keep it conservative. Of course, it'll compound more frequently than that. So if I was starting with $1 or £1, and by the way, don't worry that it's written in dollars. If you're thinking in pounds, euros, whatever it is, it's the same. The numbers and the math works the same way. But if I was starting off with $1, £1, whatever, 10 years I wanted to be a millionaire, I'm expecting a 10% return of the S&P 500 compound annually, then I would need to put in 5,004 pounds per month or dollars per month in order to hit 1 million in 10 years. Super aggressive, but hey, there's people out there that earn that kind of money that are able to put in 5 grand a month. So if they're able to do that, 10%, you'll do it in 10 years and have $1 million in your account. Now, I wanted to highlight another thing on this image. If we go over to the right, you see the green and the blue lines there. And the total balance, of course, is just over $1 million. And the total principal, that's the amount that you've actually put in by putting in 5,000 a month. After 10 years, you will have put in 600,000 pounds, dollars, whatever in this example, and the investment return would be just under 400,000. So the cost to you is 600,000 and the return being 400,000, you would get your million that way. So 5 grand a month, 10 years with an S&P 500 average return, you can do it if you want to. All right, so next up, we've got another screen grab here with an initial investment of 1, and let's go with 20 years. So if I wanted to do this in 20 years, become a millionaire, average rate of return of 10% for the S&P 500, compound frequency annually, then I would need to put in just under 1,400 pounds or dollars, whatever your currency is. So 1393. And if I did that every month, then I'll hit $1 million in 20 years. That's actually not too bad. Now, let's look on the right-hand side again. The total balance, of course, is just over $1 million. The total principal in this case, though, and again, the total principal is the amount that's coming out of your pocket for that 20-year period, being $1,393 a month. The total principal is $334,321. That's the cost to you. The remaining $666,220, that's the investment return. That's the market giving back to you to help you get to millionaire status. So you're putting in 1/3 and the investment return, the market itself is going to give you 2/3 at 10%. So 20 years ahead, you need to find 1,393 pounds, dollars, whatever, in order to get there. Start thinking now how you could do this, if you possibly can, to make it happen. All right, the next one's going to be for 30 years. So if I started from nothing, again, I've got £1 or dollar to kick things off. I want to do this in 30 years. estimated rate of return of 10% S&P 500, compound frequency annually, the amount I would need to put in has gone down to 485 pounds, dollars, whatever. Can you believe it? We're now down to 485 because we're going 30 years. This is really good. Especially if you're younger, it's fantastic because a lot of you are going to have 30 years that you can invest with. So let's go over to the right because now the numbers get massively more interesting. The total balance is just over $1 million, but the total principal, again, the amount coming out of your pocket over a 30-year period, $174,601. And in return, the market is going to give you 895,000 pounds, dollars, whatever, back to you as a reward for doing this over 30 years, the consistency of 485 per month. That is fantastic. I tell you what, if I was 25 and I saw that number, I'd be like, let's do this. I'm starting today, and at 55, I'm going to have £1 million, dollars, whatever, in my account to do what I want from there. Of course, you need to think that inflation is going to play a role here. I'm doing this in nominal terms, meaning not including inflation. So $1 million, £1 million in 30 years from now is going to buy you a lot less than it will do today. But far better to have it than to not have it is what I would say to that. Just start going for it and see what happens from there. All right, we've got one more time horizon. I'll tell you what, if I'm in my young 20s now looking at these numbers, I'm really getting geared up to do this and start this today. Initial investment, £1, $1, doesn't matter. 40 years investment growth. I'm 25, maybe I'm thinking I'll go till 65 for work. Great. If I'm 20, wow, I could do this at 60 and have $1 million in my account. 10% average return, maybe I get more. Tech revolution, maybe I get less. Things could get a little bit hairy, but I could fully expect over 40 years to get 10%. Compounding annually, the amount I would need to put in every month is a shockingly low 181. Be that $181, 181 pounds, whatever it is. If I do that for 40 years and get 10% return, starting with nothing, I end up with over £1 million by, in 40 years time. That is incredible. Now, let's take a look on the right-hand side. The total balance, and of course, this is year 2065 if I started that now in 2025. The total balance is just over $1 million, as we discussed. The total principal, the amount that's come out of my pocket in order to get $1 million in 40 years, is only 86,881, be that pounds, dollars, whatever. That is unbelievable. The stock market is going to give you 917,771 as a thank you, as a reward for your discipline of investing for 40 years with only 181 a month invested. That is incredible, and I hope that motivates you to get started no matter how young you are. As you see watching this, if you're younger, the best thing you've got is time on your side. You may not have the money right now, but you've got the time, and that is the critical factor. So have a look at this, nerdwallet.com, again, link in the description, and run the numbers for yourself. Of course, if you can put in more, then go for it. But you're able to do this with only 86,000 roughly coming out of your pocket. Okay, a couple of other things to keep in mind to do this. You're going to need the discipline to do this. And the best way to get the discipline is automatic investment instructions. Use a online app or broker, whatever, that will allow you to do a direct debit into this, because you're not going to do it if you manually have to log in every month. It'll just fade away. So find one, get one, and set up a direct debit for the amount that you choose to do every month for your plan, 10, 20, 30, 40 years, whatever it may be, and set it and forget it for that length of time, and you'll hit your million pounds for sure, in my opinion. Another thing, emotional discipline. Okay, so the stock market's going to reward you with these big numbers I showed you a minute ago. But guess what? There's a cost to that, and it's not financial. The cost to that is your emotions and your emotional discipline and the roller coaster ride you're going to endure being invested in the stock market. It will go up, it will go down, and the news headlines will be scary when it goes down, and everyone around you is going to panic and say this is the end of the world. But the reward you get for holding strong over that 10, 20, 30, 40 year period is massive, as we've just seen looking at these numbers. But that is going to come at a cost to your emotions. You need to be able to stay emotionally disciplined. It is, in my opinion, with 20 years experience looking at retail investors like you and I and their accounts and their portfolios, it is to me the number one determinant factor of whether someone's a successful investor or not is how they manage their emotions. So the reward you'll get is 10% a year if you can manage your emotions. Just don't ever panic sell. In fact, add more money when the markets are selling off, and just always, always, always have a long-term perspective. All right, a third and final thought on all of this. If you're trying to come up with the amount per month, really the easiest and probably the most tax efficient way to do this is in a pension account. Your workplace pension, your self-invested personal pension, the tax benefits are huge. So that's probably the easiest way to find the amount per month. And of course, if your company is contributing, which they need to do, if you're a salaried employee here in the UK, then that's going to help you find the amount per month that you need to hit your goal. So work out your time frame now, 10, 20, 30, or 40 years. Think about how much your company is going to contribute there and just absolutely go for it. Think about things like salary sacrifice as well, which will help save you on national insurance contributions, and it'll save your company on national insurance contributions as well. Ask your company to put that into your pension so you can supercharge that monthly amount. Do anything you can do. Of course, you can do it in a stocks and shares ISA as well. And I did a video on how to be a millionaire in a stocks and shares ISA. I'll put a link to that one in the description, so have a look at that. But you can do it that way because when you get the million in 10, 20, 30, 40 years time, it's gonna be tax-free. Can you imagine having £1 million tax-free to do what you want with? That would be the envy of everybody. And most importantly, will help you have the freedom to do what you really want to do. So that should be a very good goal for you to do. So tax efficient accounts the way to go. That's my video. Short, quick and easy, very direct. And if you like the video, like it, click on the like button. That thumbs up helps me grow. I really want to grow the channel, do more content like this. Subscribe to my channel. If you haven't done so, love for you to subscribe. It only takes a second and it's free. So I really, really appreciate that. Leave a comment. Tell me what you think about the numbers, what it is you want to do. Any questions, any other videos that you want to see on my channel, just leave me a comment. And if you want to see that video on how to be a nice millionaire, I lay out the numbers based on, 4%, 6%, 8% return, for example, then I'll put a link to that one up there. Make it real easy for you. Just click on this right up here, how to be a nice millionaire. I'll see you over there. As always, I wish you nothing but the best in your savings and investment journey.